So Kevin, he is making some peanut butter roll, but he's also going to be making a Lotus Biscoff roll. So we did a video where you make the same base for the peanut butter roll if you want to use Biscoff, and you can use creamy and crunchy. Now, I did not consult my video to see whether we preferred the creamy or the crunchy Biscoff, so I just bought creamy because I thought, well, peanut butter's creamy, the Biscoff, we'll just do creamy too. So Andrew had requested that we make some peanut butter roll for the people that he works with, and we don't mind at all. And Kevin always does a terrific job. So I am sure that they have never tried Biscoff, the Biscoff spread. And so I told Kevin, I said, I would like them to make I would like you to make 2 rolls. If you'll make one with peanut butter and one with Biscoff, that will give them the opportunity to give it a try. So, and then he's going to make a couple of extra ones, because I told him, once I got to thinking about it, I said, you know, we're not going to be able to just make these and give them to Andrew and him take them to work. Because Christina, our daughter-in-law, peanut butter roll is like her favorite thing ever. And I said, you know, she's not going to hand that over to the people that he works with and not keep any for herself. So I said, that won't even make it to work. So he is making some for them to keep too. So this will be a big surprise. So you've made these 2 with peanut butter. So how long do they have to stay in the fridge?
Just for a while.
So how long does that, just a few hours?
Yeah, probably a couple hours. Oh.
I opened it for you. Yeah, we bought a brand new jar, so I made sure I opened it and got it ready for him. So this is just the base, which has what? Cream cheese, powdered sugar,
and a little bit of butter.
And butter. And there is a video on the channel of him making peanut butter roll. And so if you're interested, you could make it yourself. But the Biscoff, it changes it up, and it's awesome. And if you buy the Trader Joe's cookie butter, you can do the same thing with that. You could probably do like the pumpkin butter. Don't you think you could do different butters?
It would have to be something.
It needs to be something. Yeah, it needs to be something.
Can't be runny.
Yeah, it can't be anything runny that's going to smush out. So, like, you couldn't do a fruit spread, could you?
Right. Well, unless it's like a jelly. Like something firm.
Right.
You could even mix peanut butter and jelly together. You know?
Like goobers?
No, I mean, you could just literally let me spread peanut butter on there thinner. And then put a little layer of jelly.
Jelly. We've never tried that before.
No, I think it would be messier, but.
Yeah. It probably, well, you know, I'm wondering if you would need to freeze it instead of just refrigerate it.
Maybe.
If it would need to go in the freezer, because when you cut it, I would think the jelly would ooze out the side if it wasn't like frozen when you cut it. But these, he'll put these in the fridge, and they'll set up, they'll firm, and then he'll cut them. So when he goes to cut them, I'll show you how they look. So Kevin made 2 of these. He made 2 peanut butter rolls, and he made 2 Biscoff rolls. One of them, we kept one of each. The other 2, Andrew was able to take to work and give away. So these have been in the refrigerator for hours, probably what, 4 hours, almost 5 hours?
If they get good and firm, I just got a cutting board underneath.
So this is the peanut butter roll, and Kevin will just cut slices. Well, that didn't even have, Kevin ate that. That was the end piece. It didn't have peanut butter on the end. That one doesn't have a ton of peanut butter.
It depends on the shape.
Ah, okay. I'm not used to them having a hole in them like that. I don't want to see any holes when I have peanut butter roll. I want it to be solid peanut butter.
Could be how I got a little gap in there when I rolled it.
Yeah, that's what I think it is. It's just a little gap when you rolled it. But these, we will put them in a container, and we will store them in the refrigerator.
These are looking better.
Yeah, that looks better. That's how it should look.
These are ones you just eat.
Yeah, those are
throw away.
Yeah.
In your stomach.
So I have a funny story to tell you, and I haven't even told Kevin this story. We recorded a video. We recorded a recipe video of me making this bark. And this bark, came from a recipe online, and you take white chocolate, you put it on the bottom, you put peanut butter in the middle, and then you put white chocolate on top. And then I'm going to be making it look like Halloween colors. I'm going to be adding Reese's Pieces. What I did not realize was I thought that I kept the recipe with my recipe book because I wanted to make it. I did not realize that we have already done a recipe. We've done this exact recipe video. It is on the channel. Many of you have watched it. And so if you're interested, which you just saw me making it, it's easy as can be. But I didn't realize we had already recorded it once and it's on the channel. So we recorded it again for nothing. Kevin is frying bacon right now. This is something that you can prepare days ahead of time. We bought this whole package of bacon. This will be the crumble on top of the potato skins. We're having potato skins. And so he can make this up, and then he can crumble it, put it in a bowl, and then when we need it for the potato skins, he can pull it out. So this is just something you can go ahead and do ahead of time and have it all cleaned up. This is something else that you can prepare months ahead of time if you want. These are the sausage balls. Go ahead and do what you need to do. You have
3 cups of Bisquick.
Bisquick, you have paprika, you have, we use the Cracker Barrel extra sharp cheese, and Kevin grated it.
But
and
you can also buy like Sargento, it's already grated. You could have bought that too.
We could have. I really like the texture of it when you grate it.
Tammy gets in habits. Locked in ruts.
Well, I genuinely like the texture.
The texture is a moister texture.
It's different. Sure. Well, and this is smaller than, because we've recently had the Sargento, and it is a thicker cut of cheese.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
And so I really like when you grate it yourself at home.
It's softer too, because that Sargento is a little drier.
It is, yeah. So you need 2 pounds of sausage, and you can buy the one big long one, but we already had one in the freezer, so I just bought another one. There's the Bisquick we use. They're 3 cups. We buy the mild sausage. This is the Tennessee Pride, and we buy the mild because Ashley does not like spicy at all.
And the kids, the grandkids eat.
The grandkids eat these, and the grandkids, yeah, because even though we have tried to do one spicy and one non-spicy before, it was still too spicy, and Ashley immediately knew it. Yeah. And so what that means is she takes a bite, she doesn't like it, and she won't eat anymore. So we want to make things
like a little kid.
Yeah, we want to make things that people are going to eat, and it's going to make them happy. So we have also made these before using the KitchenAid mixer.
Yeah, it doesn't make too dense.
They're too dense. Yeah, it mixes it up too well, and it makes it too dense. So with Kevin using his hands, he makes sure he takes his wedding ring off.
Yeah. And 3 days later, I'll remember it's in my pants pocket.
Yeah. So, yeah, I wouldn't even, I would never even notice if you weren't wearing it. I just don't even, I don't even look. I would not recommend using the KitchenAid. I would do it, you can use a spoon or whatever, but by hand is honestly the best. And yeah, and we have a big Pyrex bowl that has a lid. We have used plastic bowls in the past.
They always break.
But they always break. Yeah, they really don't like being in the freezer. And they like to crack. Well, what happens is those sausage balls get stuck together in the freezer, and you have to pry them apart when they're frozen and put them on your cookie sheet to bake them. And you're trying to break it apart, and I end up hitting the bowl against something to try to break them apart. Or I take a butter knife, and I take the butter knife and try to, and I stab it, and it ends up cracking the bowl. So we're using a glass bowl, and whatever doesn't get eaten, you could keep in the freezer. I think you can keep these frozen for a long time.
We've had them for a long time before.
Yeah. And these are great too, that if you make extra, we can send them home with the kids in a bowl, and then they can get them out and enjoy them later. They have both done that. Andrew's done that at his house, and Ashley's done that too. And so these we've eaten them for dinner. We've eaten them for snack. and or they make a good appetizer. So my mom used to make sausage balls. She got to the point where on Thanksgiving she would make these before.
It's a pre-Thanksgiving snack.
Yeah. So people, while they're waiting on Thanksgiving dinner to cook, people would eat on the sausage balls. So she got into that habit. But this is something great just to keep in the freezer. And like I said, you can have it for dinner too if you want. Just a meal of sausage balls.
Done that many times.
I highly recommend when you're baking these, do not use aluminum foil, use parchment paper because they tend to stick really bad. So Kevin made 36 sausage balls. We ended up not needing the big bowl, and we can use that when we're cooking other things. And so we'll put this, 36, that's a good amount. We'll put this in the freezer. So now I am making praline bars. This is a Southern Living magazine recipe, and the video is on the channel. We hadn't made this in a long time. I did the recipe 4 years ago, and back when I made it 4 years ago, I made it 3 or 4 times because it's like crack. It really is. It's incredible. And I remember that I had taken it to my sister's and we had a crafting day and we ate it up over there, and then I made more of it. I have tried it to make it with without so much chocolate. I like it better with the white chocolate. In this video right here, what you're watching, I'm using peanut butter, and I had never used peanut butter before. I've always used milk chocolate, but the peanut butter was incredible. And I actually hadn't remembered trying this 4 years ago. And so when she had it, it was like, oh my gosh, this is like the best thing ever. Everybody loved it. We are going to have another family game day. I've showed you previously in 2 videos where we've done family game days. And we've had different games for each event, each time we met. And so this is going to be another time. So we're going to have completely different games. So I'm just going to show you the stuff that we had to buy, and then I'll talk to you, we'll tell you what the games are, and we'll tell you how to play, and then hopefully we'll be able to get some clips in here of us actually playing the games. So we bought all of this, I think pretty much from the a lot of it from the Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree or Walmart, but most of this was from Dollar Tree. So we bought 6 boxes of Kleenex. You get 175 individual Kleenex in every box. We bought a 16 count of green cups and 16 purple cups. We tried to get like Halloween colors since we're in October. We bought crepe paper, so we had to have 12. Did I count that right? So they did have like white, they had yellow, they had pink, but we tried again to stick with more Halloween colors. These candy corns did come from Walmart. I bought 2 of those. Craft sticks. I bought 2 boxes of toothpicks. We bought some dice. We bought 2 because you only get 10. We needed 12, so we had to buy 2. We bought these very large hair ties. We bought 2 of these witch hats. These are actually
chip
like
party things.
Yeah, like party plates to put like nachos, or you could put fruit or vegetables or whatever. We had to buy some plastic cups, and we bought some foam plates. We bought a lot of canned drinks. Normally we don't buy canned drinks. So how many we bought? What, 6?
4 12 packs.
4 12 packs. Okay. And then we bought 6 pumpkins. So each person is going to have their own pumpkin. So that's what we had to buy. Some of these games I can tell you how we're going to play it without even doing anything. So, for example, the pumpkin. We're going to be sitting around the table. Every single person will get a pumpkin. Even our 5-year-old granddaughter will get a pumpkin. And that's what the toothpicks are for. They are going to get 1 minute to put as many toothpicks in the pumpkin as they can. They can only use 1 toothpick at a time. So you can't grab a handful and stick it into the pumpkin. You have to use 1 hand and do one at a time, and whoever gets the most toothpicks in their pumpkin wins. And of course, if they want to take them home, they can take them home. These pumpkins were actually really nice, and they did, in fact, end up taking them home. So even though they had holes all in them, it seems like Christina was going to do some kind of a science experiment or something like that with them because she's always thinking about the educational part. So they did all go to a good home. Another game is going to be basically it is a ring toss. So we are going to lay these on the floor. And we're going to have teams, and we're going to do this in the living room, but they're going to be trying to get the rings, and they're going to get 5. There's 10 pieces here, so they're going to get 5 chances each, and that's one of those easy games just to see who can get the most hair ties on the witch hat. Okay, so another one of the games we're going to play is basically you have to, it's who can balance the dice on the popsicle stick. Or stacking. You have to stack it. You have to stack 6 dice the quickest, and whoever can get to 6 first wins. And we have enough dice here to do 3 people at a time. And so they can sit across from each other or however what they want to do it. But they have to stack 6. I don't think you're going to make it, Kevin. Oh, no. And you have to count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He did.
So I can't demonstrate this one, but I can kind of go through the motions. So each person's going to get a Kleenex box, all of them. All 6 of them are getting, even the small one. We'll have the little tab off, of course, but they're going to take the Kleenex out of the box. They can hold with one hand and use the other hand to take them out. They're going to take them out as fast as they can. There's 175 Kleenex in this box, so it will take a little while. It's longer than you think.
And they have to do one at a time.
And they have to do, well, whatever.
You can't grab.
You can't reach in and grab a handful.
Right, right.
And then we thought about if we can keep track of the piles. I think it's going to come to the point where there are going to be piles of them everywhere.
We're going to try to separate them. I'm going to tell them to separate for this game.
And see if they can see who can get them back in the box once they pull them all out.
Right, because I told Kevin.
I don't know if that part will work, but we'll
I told Kevin, I said, I want to have something to do with the Kleenex. I don't want Kleenex everywhere. Yeah, I want to make it a game to get them back in the box.
Yeah.
So I think somebody will probably be in the living room. I think we'll get one person on this side, one person on this side.
You got to be able to watch them too.
Right, but we have plenty of space for that. Yeah. So that is just a really quick game with the Kleenex. These Kleenex were from the Dollar Tree, and I was worried about, like, you know, when you open a brand new box of Kleenex, you usually have to pull out the first 2 or 3 to get them started. That's at least the case with Puff's brand, which is what I normally buy. These from the Dollar Tree, they were able to pull out sheet by sheet very quickly. It worked well. They didn't have any issue at all. And it was really smart that we had them shove them back in the box. And then
the crepe paper. What we're going to do is probably just mix the colors a little. Well, I mean, they could have the same color, it doesn't matter. But anyway, they're going to be laying basically on the floor. They're going to be standing up for this one. They're going to be standing up. They're going to.
What's going to be on the floor? You said something about the floor.
Crepe paper is going to be on the floor, and they're going to be standing up. And they're going to grab, probably from the center, maybe from the outside, I don't know, one of the two. They're going to grab one of the 2 edges. They're going to grab it in their hand, and they have to basically, they're going to be laying on each side of them, and they're going to have to take their arms and wrap the crepe paper around both arms. They're going to it's going to wear them out.
Yes.
Twisting this around their arms. So again, everybody can do that. That's going to be, even for the youngest one, is going to be able to do that as well. Yeah, this will work out.
Keep going, Andrew. It's okay. Keep going. So this game is basically a blowing game. We have how many cups? 12 purple cups, and then we have 12 green cups. So
we would
this
have done 14, but we didn't have enough room for both of them to be out there.
So we're gonna have 2 sets of people going at the same time, and they're like, so Kevin is gonna demonstrate.
You got a balloon.
You have a balloon.
So we want to basically get our cups off the table.
Right.
But you can't blow on them with your mouth. You have to do.
You have
the
to
balloon.
use the air in the balloon. So as quickly as possible, Kevin's gonna blow up his balloon and use the air to knock the cups off the table, and he's gonna keep doing that over and over again until he gets them all off. So I'm gonna let him demonstrate. On your mark, get set, go. Oh, they're gonna love that. That's not a game for old people, is
let
it?
it go.
Yeah.
You have to squeeze.
Yeah.
To make it go faster. So there'll be a lot of pooting in the air. Go.
Andrew's gonna win. Andrew won. So this game is called Candelier. And what you want to do is you want to stack cans between foam paper plates.
Yeah, and they're empty cans.
They're empty cans. We've rinsed them out. So we're going to have 2 teams. So we have enough cans so far to show you this, but then we're still drinking cans in order to have enough for 2 teams. So you're going to start with 1 can at the bottom, and then you're going to go to 2, and then you're going to go all the way to 5 cans, and then you're supposed to end with a plate on the top. And whoever does this the fastest wins.
I think we're going to have to end up pulling these tabs off.
Oh, okay.
Because the tabs make them.
Okay, so we haven't tried this yet, and so we didn't know whether we pull the tabs off or keep the tabs. Okay, so you think we're definitely going to have to pull those tabs
Well,
off.
if we don't,
Then it's going to be
it's going to be uneven by default.
Okay.
See, it's already throwing it that way.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll definitely have to pull the tabs off.
I don't think you're going to be able to do anymore. But you get it.
And we actually don't even have enough cans. There's another layer.
Oh.
This is 4.
Okay. And then you're supposed to have 5. Yeah, you're supposed to have 5. If you get that to stack, oh my gosh. So do you still think we should take the tabs off?
Yeah, well, to make it more challenging, you have to do the top one. We have to do it upside down because the 5 won't fit inside the little bowl, I don't think.
Okay, so that is that game, and we're going to do that with teams, and we're still, like I said, we're still drinking our cans, drinking our Cokes, and so that we'll have enough cans.
I mean, I've got it easy if you think about it. I don't have any pressure.
Right, yeah. When you're pressured, when you're working against somebody else, it's going to be really hard.
Yeah, so you'd have 5 more cans here and then another plate on top.
Yes, or, you know, if nobody gets it, if they only get to 4, but you're supposed to get to 5.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to see Andrew trying his hand at this. And even though he does not end up getting 5 on the top, on one plate, what he does is something different. And we didn't count him off for it because he actually ends up getting another layer. So you're going to see he put the 4 on there. And then for the 5th one, he puts that on the very top. So we let that ride. We let that count because it was just as hard for him to stack, for him to get an additional layer as it would be to get 5 cans on one plate. Christina, which I did not put her in this video. But Christina, our daughter-in-law, ended up getting all 5 on one plate. She ended up doing it. She climbed right up in a dining room chair. And of course, she wasn't wearing shoes or anything, but she climbed right up in a chair and she actually got 5 on one layer, I believe. I know she tried it Andrew's way too, but she wanted to go by the rules and go by the book. And so we were really impressed with this game, and we didn't remove the tabs, like I said.
It's the twos that are messing you up, Dad.
Oh my gosh. So Kevin's trying his hand in it at it, and I don't think he ever got 5.
Oh, look at that gap over there for stability. That's awesome.
Look at that.
Are you trying to do mine?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get 5. There's no way.
Oh, he's gonna do the one I did.
Ah! Yay! Can you smile? Smile.
Wait a minute, it's still.
So now we have it's basically a mummy game. So we're going to have 3 teams. We're going to have like Andrew and Christina, and then like Gavin and Amelia, or we'll see who it is. But one person has to wrap the other one up like a mummy, and they have to go through the entire roll of toilet paper. They have to start at their feet and work their way up.
All the way to the shoulder.
All the way to the shoulders, and whoever, well, they could do the head too, and whoever, the whole body, like a mummy, and whoever gets through their toilet paper the fastest wins.
Yeah, and they at least have to do one layer from feet to head, and then after that they can wrap it wherever.
So this, I couldn't actually show footage from the game, but this is Andrew, how he looked after Christina finished wrapping him. So this game is called Separation Anxiety, and each person, everybody can play this at the same time. So there's going to be 6 players. They'll each get the same amount of M&Ms in a cup.
There's 10 of each color.
There's 10 of each color, but they won't know that. They're going to pour them out on the table. They won't have any clue how many there are. Not that it matters.
No. And we'll have one of each color already in the cup, so they know which one goes into which cup.
Right. So, how are you going to play?
Hand, one goes behind your back, stick it in your back pocket, and then you just sort. You can sort them in any order you want, but you can only do one at a time.
Yeah, only one color at a time. You can't pick up 2 or 3, and whoever does that the quickest wins the game. It's that simple. So this game is with candy corn. We have some candy corn pieces in 1 cup, and we will give them an equal amount. We haven't counted them out yet, but they're going to have, I bought these tongs from Dollar Tree in the last set of games we did. So you need a full cup and an empty cup, and this is supposed to be with chopsticks. But we know how to use chopsticks. We have a lot of little kids, and I don't think we would be so good at chopsticks either. So we're going to use the tongs. And this is basically just, you have to pick one piece up at a time. And it's not as easy as you think, because the tongs are awkward, and candy corn is slick and it's shaped funny. So you have to pick it up, and whoever can get all of theirs from 1 cup to the other is the winner.
It's going to actually go into land soon. I'm literally going one at a time.
I picked up the cup.
Actually, I'm pretty happy.
Andrew won that by a long shot. So this game is, these are full bottles of cola. So whatever you choose, full cans of cola. So we're going to have 2 teams. We're going to have a team on this side. We're going to have a team on this side, and they have to get from one end of the table to the other. So where do they have to get to?
Just to the very end.
They have to get to the very end of the table.
Not pushing it off, but to the very end.
Yeah, don't push it. Yeah, don't push it off. But we're going to have it marked.
Yeah.
Because we will have a clear line marked where
Yeah,
they
we'll
need to
put
get
it
it past.
Masking tape or something.
Yeah, because we want to make sure that there's clear boundaries, but you're not allowed to use your hands. You're only allowed to use your cheek. So, Kevin is going to demonstrate. And they have to do this as fast as they can from one side of the table to the other. There we go. Now, that's just the one. This one is 2. So the same person is going to go back. If it falls, it looks so funny. If it falls off at any point, they have to put it back together and they have to start over. So you could choose to do this with as many as you wanted. Do you think they ought to have another set of 2, or how do you?
Let me see if I can do it with 3.
Okay. Yeah, and sometimes it will fall off, so. Oh, I think 3's good because you're having to go slower. So are you going to do it with 1, 2, and 3? Or I guess you can't talk right now, huh?
Yeah, we can do it for 1, 2, and
1, 2, and 3. So we're going to need 12. A full 12 pack. Okay, full 12 pack of cans. There we go. I think that's how we should do it, Kevin. 1, 2, and 3. Because that's going to be tough. Yeah, but that'll be fun.
wow, that's lenient.
I know. Okay, so this game you're going to play in teams of 2.
Yeah.
And so Kevin put these
Post-it notes.
Post-it notes on the table because
They'll really be further down where the camera is, but
Yes.
for us to just show you how to do it.
this is just for us to demonstrate. So we have some spaghetti here. And we have 4 cans. You do want to keep the tabs on your cans because you're going to thread your spaghetti through the tab, and then you have to get from this side to that and down to the Post-it note and lay it down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you're doing that part.
You pull it. Now for the top part.
Okay. I'll let go every time. I'm laughing so much, it's hard to concentrate. I'm just sliding my whole body across the table. So that is another game. So Kevin will be timing them, and whichever team does that the quickest is
And they
the
have to
winner.
go. We only went like 2/3 of the way. They're gonna have to go the rest.
Yes,
of the way.
they're gonna have to go
All the way to the
down
end.
all the way to the end of the table. So they're gonna have a
Somebody's
lot.
back's gonna be sore.
Yeah, they're gonna have a lot further to go than we did. So Kevin and I, we actually, I think, forgot to show you this game at the very beginning when we were talking about the other games. This is just a tossing game. So you're just taking candy corn and you are trying to toss it into the pan. And you could have done like different points for different layers. Like if you got one up close in the first row, you could have given that 1 point. If you had gotten one in the back row, you could have given 3 points for that. But we weren't having prizes for these games anyway. So we were just having a good time. And if they got one in, then we just considered that the point, and whoever got the most pieces of candy corn in won the game. So Kevin made 2 more games that we will be going into the den to play, but we can't show those on camera because one of them is what, Disney songs?
It's movie theme.
And movie theme. So you have two, right?
Add movie themes and Disney movie themes.
Right. So Kevin is making ooey gooey bars, and we have made this for the channel, and this uses lots of colorful sprinkles, and so they end up being really pretty. But it's a lot of white chocolate, a lot of sprinkles. It's a cake mix. It's very sweet.
What you can't see is a lot of white chips in the underneath that sweet goodness.
Yes, tons of white chips. So while he's doing this, I'm actually making Oreo balls, which I'll show you in a few minutes. The recipe for Oreo balls is on the channel. It's called Best Ever Oreo Balls, and I look completely different in that video. The kitchen looks completely different in that video because it's probably one of the first years at probably around Christmas time that we had the channel, and so everything's a little bit different. We were probably filming on a old phone or something like that, truth be told, but I have filmed this process before, again and again during this type of vlog video. And the great thing about these Oreo balls is that you can make them for any occasion, literally. Like if you wanted to make them for Halloween, you can. It all comes down to the whatever decoration you choose to put on top. And you don't have to use regular Oreo cookies. So like we used regular Oreos. You could use golden Oreo. You could use any of the flavors of Oreo. You know, they have Oreos with peanut butter. You could use those if you wanted to. But our family likes the classic. And so that's why we do the classic Oreos. And I had bought these Day of the Dead sprinkles. And so I used those. And I actually bought 2 jars of those. And I went through both of them. But they were really cute. But if you didn't buy like Day of the Dead sprinkles, if you bought Christmas sprinkles, you could do those. You could also do Valentine's Day. If you were having like a baby shower and you wanted to do pink and blue, you could do that. Of course, you could do patriotic, red, white, and blue. These are just very versatile little desserts here. And with the different insides, you know, you could bite into it and see a whole different color. Like if you used red velvet or something, then you could bite into it and they would probably be red in the center. But you don't have to buy white. We use almond bark, and you don't have to use the white almond bark. They also make chocolate almond bark. So if you want to use that, you can. And of course, they won't be white. So you'll have to consider your sprinkles, whatever you're going to put on top of milk chocolate, but I'm sure they would be just as good. So these turned out perfect. We store them in the refrigerator. Really, you don't want to keep them out on the table for too long. We had them out for a couple of hours, but then you want to put them right back in the refrigerator and store them in a tin or something like that because they will start to get soft. And this is something that if people want to take them home at the end of the night, you can throw them in a Ziploc bag and they can take them home, no problem. And that's what I did with Andrew is I gave him whatever wasn't eaten and he was able to take these home. So I don't know if these ended up going to work with him or not, or if they ate them. I'd say he did take some to work because there were quite a few left over. These are a lot bigger and richer than what you would think, and they're probably a good 300 calories a piece. So right now I'm cutting. I had made these ooey gooey Halloween bars. The recipe's on the channel. It's about a year old, and we did the same thing a year ago, and I used sprinkles for this. And these I also kept, you see I have a tin in front of me, and I'm just going to cut them and put them in that tin. And this is one of those baking tins that you can make baked macaroni and cheese or hash brown casserole or something like that in. But I put them neatly in the tin, and then I stored these in the refrigerator, and they were a big hit. Something else we're going to be having is potato skins. What you need to do for the potato skins, I'm pretty sure I've done a video. It's a very old video, but what you want to do is the day before, you want to bake your potatoes, which we have done, and then you want to let them sit and cool off, and then you want to cut them, look at that big boy, and then you want to cut them in half. and then Kevin has a bowl here because you will scoop out a lot of the inside.
Quite a bit of it.
Yeah, not all of it, because you don't want it to be like down to the skin or anything. You still want some potato in here.
Now, they say in the directions to leave 1/8 of an inch, but I don't know. I just kind of guessed it. I mean, I just kind of do it.
So we do this the night before because it is very time consuming, and you don't want to have to do all this work the day of your party or get together or whatever.
Yeah.
So
what I do is I'll pile them up on this platter and wrap them in plastic wrap, and then stick them in the refrigerator overnight.
And they're fine. So you would think that, oh, the potato will turn brown or whatever. If you wrap it in plastic and you're just doing it overnight, it's fine. We've done this for years, and we've never had an issue at all of the potato turning brown. So that's how much we leave on the, that's okay, that's how much we leave on the inside. And then we will, tomorrow when we need them, we will fill it with, we have some bacon crumbles. We have
you
some.
brush them with butter first.
Yes.
And you bake them, and then you, once they baked for like 10 minutes, then you fill them with the cheese and all the good stuff.
Kevin is preparing the buffalo chicken dip, and we do have a recipe on the channel of this. This is one of Andrew's favorite things. Like Andrew, we can have all kinds of food, but Andrew will put 3/4 of his plate will have buffalo chicken dip.
I don't even think he eats it with chips. I think he just eats it with
Eats it with a fork. Well, we buy Tostitos scoops. It's because it's really, that's the perfect way to eat these, because you get the spiciness from the Frank's Red Hot, but then you get the salty from the Tostitos. So I'll show you how to set the table. This does not look fancy at all, because we like to use these segmented plates for these kinds of meals, because that buffalo chicken dip, you want to put compartmentalize that, and then we're having like little smokies, and you want to put those separately, because the little smokies are barbecue, and then the buffalo chicken dip has that Frank's Red Hot, and then you have all kinds of other stuff that you don't want, like sausage balls, and you don't want your barbecue sauce running into your sausage balls. So you don't have to wash any dishes. That's the good thing about this meal too, is in these plates you don't have to wash anything. I made sure that we had plastic cutlery, so we don't have to do any of the dishes, but that's how I have it set up. The way we make little smokies is really, really, really simple. You take your little smokies, we buy 2 packages, and you cover them in barbecue sauce. That's it. We used
Real fancy.
Yeah, real fancy. We used to leave them in a crock pot, heat them up in a crock pot, and we could, but really we don't need to. We have plenty of space on the stove, and so these days we just put them in a pot on the stove and just let them sit there like that, and people can go to the stove and get them out. And so Kevin's just going to he's going to use the entire bottle of barbecue sauce and cover these up, and we'll keep them on like medium heat, and that's all there is to it. So the buffalo chicken dip is out of the oven, and what you do is you bake it for half an hour, pull it out, and then let it sit for half an hour with the cheese. Yeah, you put the cheese on it,
and then I'll stir it after that half hour.
Right.
All the cheese in.
And then you serve it once he stirs the cheese. So now we showed you us preparing the potatoes, so those sit in the refrigerator overnight.
How many do you think I should leave without?
I would just do like those 5.
Okay, so do these.
Or smaller ones. Will they eat? Well, some people want, however you want to do it.
I'll do these 2, and then.
Some people like onion, and some people don't. So what we did was we pulled these out. You brush them with butter, and they bake at 500 degrees for 10 minutes. Then, do you lower the oven?
No, it didn't say it to lower the temperature. So.
It didn't? Mm-mm. Okay, and then you're going to put it back in. You're going to put whatever you want on these. So we have bacon crumbles, we have onion, and then we're going to put cheese on top. And like I said, you could put whatever. We also have sour cream to put on the side if people want that. But then you're going to put these back in the oven just long enough to let the cheese melt. So Kevin has added the bacon and he's adding more bacon. I think we bought like a 12-ounce package of bacon. Of course, if you want to buy a whole pound, you can. But everybody got tons of bacon. And then, of course, he put the cheese on as well. So we have Sister Schubert's rolls. We have some with ham. We have biscuits, Pillsbury biscuits with ham, and then we have some without. So no ham, no anything on these. And then we have cheese. So if they want cheese with the ham, they can put that on there. If they want just cheese, then they can pick a naked one and put cheese on it. We have sour cream and onion chips, and we have wavy chips because Kevin made that Williams-Sonoma. If you watched us do the French onion recipes, we love the Williams-Sonoma recipe, and I still love it. And so he made more of that. We made peanut butter roll and Biscoff roll. We made some, this is like a Reese's Pieces bark with peanut butter in the center. I've done a video. These are Oreo balls, and they have Halloween sprinkles like I showed you earlier. This is that pecan bark, and then these are called Dandy Do cookies. There will be a video coming at some point on doing those. And then this is an ooey gooey cake, and there is a recipe on the channel of that. So here are the little smokies. And then this is what it looks like when you stir the buffalo chicken dip. And
That's gonna break it up.
Those are the Tostitos scoops that I told you we use. So there's the sausage balls. And here are the potatoes. So the food was terrific. We had a great day. Everybody enjoyed themselves and had a great time, and we were happy to have them. So I hope you enjoyed the video. A little bit different this week, but I hope you all have a great week, and we'll see you next time.